Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again. This is going to be a little formal commentary on the Xbox One reveal that took place yesterday. This is not planned, this is not scripted. All I have is a notepad with a couple of thoughts that I jotted down the other day. When I say thoughts, it's extremely short and silly, and you might be wondering why I didn't cover the PlayStation 4 one. Well, I watched the PlayStation 4 one and I wasn't impressed at all, so I didn't cover it. But now, after the Microsoft one, the PlayStation 4 one looks a little bit better than it did, which is ironic. But anyhow, anybody who watched my live stream the other day will probably already know some of my feelings about what went down. But I'm going to try and make this video a little bit more objective, a little bit more of a news story rather than just me personally berating the reveal. And then I have a website up with a bunch of updates, which I'm going to look down and see if any of them are worthwhile and see what people think, just to get some discussion moving, just to get people sharing their thoughts on what they think. And if I could say one thing, I would like it to try and be as positive as we can, because it's very easy, I believe, to just go completely negative on what we saw yesterday, because it was kind of weak. But that's just a personal front, I think. So the first thing that we found out was the console is not going to be called Xbox Infinity, it's not going to be called the 720, it's going to be called Xbox One. That is O-N-E. And I don't really like the name. I don't really understand the name. I think the 720 would have been perfect. I know it's a ridiculous number, but still, there's a logical progression to that one. Now when you say Xbox One, people are not going to be thinking, are they going to go, what, the black one? The one with fucking Halo on it? Or the new one? You know, as far as a brand goes, I could understand it being called Xbox, just Xbox, because that's what sequels do, numbered sequels. You know, you get to 25, you realise your franchise is shit, and then you just go back to, you know, Police Academy, as opposed to Police Academy 9, the mission to go and save Kermit the Frog. But no, just Xbox One, apparently. That's the one they picked, that's the name that they had, and I don't like it. The second thing we found out was the controller has been modified. I immediately was a little bit hesitant, but apparently there's been over 40 changes and tweaks to the design. The D-pad has been altered, thank God. The analogs have been made slightly smaller. You know, the triggers are deeper, they've got this responsiveness to them. There's a lot of different features on the pad, and one thing I can say with comfort is I have faith in the people designing the pad, because they are not the people that designed the original Xbox pad, because those people should be shot. So I'm excited to get my hands on it, because my personal favourite pad at this moment in time is the slim Xbox One. I think it's perfect, it's the right weight, everything feels right, and every time I use another controller it just doesn't feel right, it's not natural to me. So I'm in love with the pad, and I'm excited to get my hands on this one to see what it's going to be. So the next feature is Kinect. Mandatory Kinect. So this machine is not going to work without the Kinect, because the press conference put this massive emphasis on, you know, linking your systems together and having Kinect be this driving force between all these different services. And I have no interest in 95% of every service that they showed, and I hate Kinect. So yeah, really strange. And the worst part about Kinect is it's always on. So feasibly, it's listening and looking at you at all times, which is something that I personally don't really like the thought of, and I don't want to Kinect. I never wanted it. I said to my friends, "Your dogs, this is bullshit. This is not a product. This is just a lie," and it was a lie. And now we're getting lie 2.0, and now it's built in. So not only is that going to drive the cost of the console up for whatever price it ends up dropping at, but we've now got this entirely useless thing that I'll never fucking use because I don't want to use it. I get games consoles to play games with pads, not waving at fucking Johnny 5. I don't do that. But I understand it could potentially, you know, open doors to all this amazing stuff that they're preaching about that I have no interest in, but somebody out there is a market for that kind of stuff, and it could literally be the future. Not a fan, but it's there. So then I've put Forza Snowfest. So they showed footage from a Forza game, showing you some of the... Apparently it was in-engine. Some of it looked questionable, but then again, all the footage looked questionable, because when the hell do you ever see a racing game from those stupid angles? You never see a racing game from those angles, and do you know why? You wouldn't be able to see the road, so you wouldn't be able to play it accurately. And it looked nice, but it looked like a dude driving a car around a course, and that's what every racing game looks like, and that's the reason I don't play racing games. So, if you like Forza, you probably had a semi at that point. I don't, and I never will. Then the next note I put was EA exclusivity, and I'm really confused as to what this is and what this means. Because the EA came out on this press conference and the guy did his spiel, the spokesman, I think he was like a CEO or something, and they kept mentioning exclusivity, and then they're talking about franchises like Madden and FIFA, and like, what the hell does that even mean? Does that mean that Microsoft has somehow got EA to only develop for their console? Which... isn't that cutting in half their market? Because EA don't give a shit. EA want money. The money people. They're the people that say, you know, we don't want this for 5, we want this for 10. So halving your market and your demographic is insanity. So I think I just interpreted that part of the conference wrong, and I think it's just buzzwords to say that they get, you know, free DLC or exclusive DLC or something bullshitty, because EA only developing for Microsoft, highly unlikely. Why? Because EA love money. And yeah, but was anybody excited for what you saw? Before they even played that footage, I knew it was going to be football, basketball, bullshit ball, dodgeball, dig ball. Like, who gives a shit, man? Really, there is a demographic for people who play those games, and they love those games, and that's why those games sell. But if you're a gamer, then no. Just no. You can't get excited at selling as an annualized franchise that you've been doing since the damn Mega Drive, man. There needs to be something different, and the only people that are buying these games are the people that are dead into these sports, and I appreciate there's a large number of those folks, but that's just not me, and I can't get excited at EA anymore unless they show something that actually looks like, you know, it's not a sports game, because sports games are take them or leave them. If you don't like them, you'll hate them. If you do like them, you'll not understand a single word I've just said. It's just that simple. But the next thing is exciting news, because I am a massive Remedy fan, and that is Quantum Break, which is a unique IP coming to the Xbox One. And it was a bit of live action, it was a bit of I assume looking like gameplay, because the guy was taking bullet hits, and you didn't see it for long, but it looked like probably in engine. I'm sold immediately. I love Remedy. I would buy dog shit from Remedy. I really would. And I'm probably going to do a separate video if I can use the footage that they showed, if it's okay for me to use it without copyright infringement, and talk a little bit more in detail about that, because that is the best part of that conference for me, because not only did they show a game, but they showed a game from a developer that makes games. They don't fuck about, they don't put multiplayer in it for no reason, they don't give you microtransactions. Remedy make games for gamers, and that was the most exciting part of this press conference for me. So the next note that I put down is... oh shit, I've just completely skipped over one. I've skipped over two. Damn it, what was I doing? So, Skype. I think that's good news. I think that's great news. The party chat and the chatting features of Xbox Live have always been superior to Sony's service, just because I don't really know. I've never chatted on PS3. I just hear from everybody who has that it needs improving. And I find that crazy, because the Xbox service needs improving, because the quality there is still bad too, in my opinion. But Skype might change all of that, because Skype is something that everybody's probably used. There's millions of users, and it's just higher quality, it's higher reliability, and I think it could be really cool. The concept of the Kinect being a camera is not cool, because I don't want to see people when I talk to them. If I wanted to see people when I talk to them, I would go to them. That's just fucking stupid for me. But once again, that's my demographic. There's probably people in Iraq or people in the military who are away from the family that want to see the daughter and the wife and stuff, and that's an amazing feature, but not me. I'm not that guy. And then I've put a bunch of TV bullshit. So I'm not going to talk about how they were pushing all those ESPN exclusivity bullshit. I'm not going to go on about how you can, you know, while you're in a game, you can immediately wave your hand and here's the movie you've been watching for the last 2 hours, because nobody is going to do that. Nobody does that. I'm not fighting the last boss on a game and I suddenly think, oh, I'll Bing something in the, you know, right of the screen when I just bring up an internet browser, because everybody uses Internet Explorer and everybody uses Bing. That's why Google's got no money. Like, come on, guys. But once again, I appreciate that is... I mean, sure, it's quite interesting for the people who want a multimedia system, but I am not that guy. And there are a lot of people like me who are thinking, I play a console to play games. I have an iPad, an iPhone, an iFoot, whatever, i60, for the other things I want to do, and I can do them easily because these devices exist, and these devices exist for convenience. I don't want it all through my TV. I don't care that I've got 7 remotes. I like my 7 remotes. I like messing about with batteries and biting them and putting them in the other way around just to get some more life out of them, because I'm an old school kind of guy. But there's an audience for it, and it could turn out to be interesting. I'm just not that demographic. So back to where we were on the interesting news. COD Ghosts was shown with the new engine. They showed gameplay, and I was so just complete, no words, no logic, no anything, no articulation. Just, I'm not in a Call of Duty mood right now. I'm really not. I'm so far from Call of Duty, it's not even funny. But it didn't look completely terrible. It's not just another Modern Warfare, which is great. They're trying to do something with this one, which I'm immediately behind them for, and it could be interesting. And it's a new engine. Lean feature? Did people really want lean feature? Now we can get people fucking clipping round walls. That's exactly what we wanted. Head glitches round fucking walls. Come on, guys. But dogs. Well, hey, dog looked good. That dog looked real good. It's giving me, ever more hope for a canine game. You get to play as Tom Hanks' character, and you're following the dog as he solves the mysteries. Or is it James Belushi? I'm thinking Turner and Hooch, Anna. Yeah, Belushi and K9 and Turner and Hooch games. There you go. That could be good. Could be really good. Or Homeward Bound, epic RPG where you play as a golden Labrador, and you've got Michael J. Fox as your witty side Alec, and then you've got the sassy cat, I think called Sassy or something. I'm telling you guys, there's a sea of infinite possibilities with all this dog tech. But one of the best pieces of information that they gave at this press conference, when they weren't waggling their dick about things nobody cares, with the Tom Cruise if he found Thorazine and methamphetamine, with that incredibly fake smile and that presenter's ability to speak, because that's probably all the guy does, just completely hollow human being. Might be a nice guy, just didn't like the fakeness or the false delivery on everything, the reasonless diction, everything that is wrong with politics in that press conference. But 16 IPs for the first year of Xbox One, which is pretty good. 8 of which are new, which is also very uplifting. But if those 8 turn out to be, Gears of the War, or, Call of the Duty, or something bullshit like that, I'm not going to be happy. Or a Halo. I don't know, just please be something good. Please surprise us. It better not be Watch Dogs, The Menu Night, Watch Dogs Without a Cap, Watch Dogs Crime Watch Edition. I don't really care for stuff like that. It needs to be new, and it better not be Perfect Dark. Let's ruin Perfect Dark again with another fucking terrible sequel. But a couple of miscellaneous bits of info here. HDMI only. So anybody who uses components, anybody who's got a capture device that relies on components, you will be saved, because apparently you can capture on this device, which is an interesting topic which I'll move on to right now. So yeah, you can capture with the Xbox One. There's this ability to record your gameplay, upload it to YouTube and all those different media sites you can use, which on a face value I think it sounds interesting. When I think about it a little deeper, it makes me wonder what the quality is going to be and what that's going to do to the market of capture devices and the economy of those, those companies that make a profit doing that and doing that well. Will it be a good capture software? Will it be a bad capture software? How is that going to affect places like YouTube? How is that going to affect content saturation? Because it's either going to be the best thing, for a creative frontier, for a bunch of pioneering young people who want to do something creative with video games, or it's going to completely water down everything that we already have and lower the quality by an immense level and just hurt everybody who makes good quality videos. Or help. Who knows? Interesting. Then I've put it looks like a VCR, which is kind of true. It does look a lot like a VCR. And then I've put a kind of wanna die. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. That's my notes, and I'm going to move over now to the website, which is polygon.com, because I just looked at all the news from the next gen debut, and these people have got some nice bullet points that I can run down with some updates. I'm not going to go too detailed here because we're running a little bit longer than I wanted to. But the first one is CryEngine 3 already running on Xbox One. So Crytek have confirmed this, which is good news, because, you know, it's a tough engine, it's a good engine, and hopefully it'll look great. It says Xbox Live Gold memberships apply to both Xbox One and 360, so your memberships will work on both, which is really, really useful, until they start shutting down the servers on the Xbox 360, which, you know, they'll fucking do, because they did it to Xbox. Xbox One lets you save and restart your game at any point. And this is all to do with the cloud-based save system, apparently. But I'm very curious, what does that do to difficulty? What does that do to balancing on games? How is that going to be implemented? Can you do that on Dark Souls 2? Because I fucking hope you can't. I mean, what does that even mean? Oh, there we go. Games designers can still decide whether their games will also feature more traditional save points. So, all that is them boasting that you're going to have this ability to hop on and off your console very quickly. So yeah, take the rest of this information with a pinch of salt, guys, because I don't have time to read it, because I just bore you, because I'm not the fastest reader. But Xbox One achievements expanded with challenges and cross-game achievements. That is good news for everybody, I believe. It gives you something to strive for. It gives people something to have extra fun with. Xbox One will allow media transfers from Xbox 360. So that can be music. Everything can come across. Music, movies, television. Don't care about any of that shit. We'll never do it. Xbox One's Magic Moments gameplay capture tech detailed. There you go. So that's the capture device that they've mentioned. Interesting to see what it is. Future of Xbox controls. They showed you a tech demo with the Kinect being used, and apparently the fidelity on the Kinect is better, but once again, the only people who wanted the Kinect are the people who like Just Dance, because everything else is wank. Fucking Star Wars Kinect. But then we've got Next Generation Kinect will eventually see a release on Windows PC, so it's nice to see that Microsoft aren't completely shunning their, you know, proprietary system. And then we've got Xbox One will not support Xbox 360 controller, and as we know, there's already been a massive change of the controller. Xbox One game pricing up to publishers, Phil Spencer says. So that could be interesting, but at the same time, that could kind of suck, because we all know publishers are greedy bastards, that's why they exist. EA don't care. Microsoft dismisses Xbox One online requirements and used game fees as potential scenarios. So one thing that they did mention is if you borrow a game from a friend, you will have to pay a fee to play that game. And everybody's saying different things about that. I think that sounds like the death of gaming in my mind, because just no, don't do it. Please don't do that. Xbox One hard drive is non-removable. USB 3.0 supports external storage, so you will not be able to fuck with your hard drive unless you get a screwdriver, which is not cool. Kinect always listing on Xbox One, but privacy is a top priority for Microsoft, so this leads exactly into what I was saying. What a terrible idea. Wow, we're going to have the fucking NSA, CIA, and all that type of shit just listening to us, you know, banging his girlfriends. It's not cool. Historic rare franchise for Xbox One to appear at E3. That better not be fucking cameo elements of Power 2. Xbox 360 Kinect causes trouble for users during next-gen livestream reveal. How hilarious is this? This is a tweet from a guy called Jason Chen, when the guy on the Xbox reveal stream said, Xbox Live, it activated my Kinect and killed the stream. Good thinking, guys. How good is that? Xbox One requires plugged-in Kinect to function. Terrible news, terrible news. And everything else is value propositions. So there it is, guys. Not the vitriol of hate you expected, perhaps. Maybe not the most enthusiastic delivery of information. But it is undeniably my view, and I'm disappointed. But E3 is 19 days away, which I didn't know, and I still don't have my tickets, so I'm probably not going, which, you know, violin for me there. But that is it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. How do you feel? There's a comment section. It was designed for your opinions, and there you go. Have at it.